There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm 5. And here's Kelly Wintrip.
Okay, hello. When I was a little girl, my dad had a dog and his name was Solar, like the sun. And when we would go on a walk, my dad would say heel. Solar never had a leash. He would just walk right along beside my dad and never leave his side. Sometimes my dad would say, "Take off, Solar," and the dog would just go roam the neighborhood, which this is before the leash laws, so it didn't matter. But when we were done with the walk, 45 minutes later, my dad would holler out, "Solar, heel," and within seconds, the dog would appear at his side again. Also, if my dad said stay, Solar would stay until he was told that he could leave. So this amazed me. As a little girl, I thought it was a fantasy, like a cartoon character that understood English. Like, this dog understands my dad. My friends' dogs didn't do that. Our own dogs at my mom's house didn't do that. So ever since then, I've been fascinated with training dogs. Obviously, they have intelligence and they have an ability to understand commands, but I didn't know how to do it. The truth of the matter is that there's easy steps if you just follow them. If you know the techniques, you can train a dog to do several things and they'll be obedient and good dogs for the rest of your life. In fact, there are 2 main types of methods in training a dog. Jessica Greenbaum of the Department of Sociology at Connecticut State University wrote in a research project about the 2 types. The first one is called the dominance-based type. Dominance-based just means that you're trying to make your dog submissive to you. You're using natural instincts of the dog in order to get him to submit. The second type is called reward-based. Now, in this way, you want the dog to voluntarily do a command or an action, and you give him a reward when he does it. So there's a big difference in that, and they kind of clash. They all, each one fight against the other. I myself have trained 2 dogs successfully using and combining both methods together. I believe that they both have their merits and that they both work. According to Mr. Cesar Millan of the acclaimed show The Dog Whisperer with Cesar Millan, his New York Times bestselling book, Be the Pack Leader, he says that you want to become the pack leader with a calm, assertive energy. So if you have an excited energy or a shy, timid energy, this could actually cause your dog to become unbalanced, and it's not a good environment to be training in. So just remember to be calm when you're training your dog. As you're becoming calm, what this does is teaches your dog to respect you. You want your dog to respect you as a pack leader. That's part of the dominance base. If you become the pack leader, you are like the leader of the pack in the dog's natural world. Karen Overall, from the News Magazine of Veterinary Medicine, says that the best time to begin training a dog is at 8 weeks of age. This is when their cognitive functions are actually able to, they have some self-control. So 8 weeks of age you can start with, I would say, the reward-based therapy. You're going to need a couple of tools. One of them is the reward. Dogs love hot dogs or cheese or bologna, and this is the best reward because it's soft and easily chewable. You don't want anything crunchy because it takes too long and they'll lose focus. So you just want something they can gobble down quickly. The other tool you need is that calm mind, the calm mindset. What you're doing is, with using both of those methods, you want to start out teaching your dog basic commands like sit and down. Once you teach them sit and down, you can easily establish that I'm the trainer, you're learning, you've got the practice of doing it, and it becomes easier to teach them lots of other things like the heel, the stay, come. So if you want your dog to sit, what you're going to do is take your piece of food, and I'm going to call my volunteer Jet over. If you want to aim the camera, Jet, come. You take the food and you put the food right at his muzzle and let him lick it. Now normally your puppy at 8 weeks is going to be standing, so I'm going to put him in a stand. So what we're doing is with the food, I'm just going to say his name and the command. Jet sit, Jet sit, Jet sit, as I raise the food and push backwards. His tail end naturally goes down. I didn't force it down. He just naturally, voluntarily sat. As soon as he sits as a puppy, I would give him the food and say, good sit, not good sit, good sit. That's excited energy. Just calm, assertive, good sit. Jet, come. The next one is down. So you take the food and drop it right down. Jet down, jet down, jet down. As soon as he goes down as a puppy, you release the food and you say, good down. Now the point in all of this is repetition. So what you want to do is this exercise 3 times, at least, like you would go jets. So if he's in a stand, jet sit, jet sit, jet sit, give him the food, good sit. Do it one more time, you're done with your puppy. He's had enough. But then you'll do it 5 to 10 times, practicing over the day. Eventually, what you're teaching your dog is that he'll get a reward for sitting. He's learning the command sit. He's also learning that I have a motion of raising my hand puts him in a sit, or lowering my hand puts him in a down, or backing up my hand puts him in a stand. Now this is sign language. Eventually I'll just be able to go jet sit, and then wait, which is another command which we don't have time to teach today. But sign language for a dog is important because dogs go deaf when they get old, just like people lose their hearing. So if your dog's old and deaf and you want him to come if he's across the yard, this is the signal for come. So these are things that you teach your dog and they will understand them. Jet. He knows that means sit, and that's 2 years of practice. You did a good job. So I'd like to thank everybody. I hope that you've learned something today, and especially your dog thanks you too.